Right, okay, so I have a very big haul and yeah, so I've decided to do it this way, not kind of sitting in front of the camera, because I don't know, I've experimented with doing this like once or twice before, and I feel like it's just a lot quicker and easier. Like today I'm not looking the most presentable, and I always kind of like to look a little bit more presentable when I'm doing videos where you're sitting in front of the camera and putting them on the internet and such. So yeah, I just decided to do this because I figured it was quicker. Basically what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get these videos out of the way before I forget what I've bought, and hopefully kind of show you stuff before it's got too grubby. So basically this haul is going to be done in 3 parts, possibly 4. I got some stuff in Boots, I got some stuff in Superdrug, and I got some other kind of miscellaneous crap, and I made a Becca order on Fragrance Direct. So I may or may not show you the Becca stuff in this video. Might not be kind of all together, I might do a separate one for that. Basically, this is the first lot of stuff I got from Boots. So Boots were doing this offer, it ended today, because today is 31st of January. If you spent €20, you got €5 off. So I decided to like take advantage of that and get a couple things that I kind of been meaning to get for a while. So the first thing I got was this Schwarzkopf Got to Be beach salt spray kind of thing. I've tried this before, I really liked it. I've been using the Charles Worthington one, and I just wanted another one because I always like to have kind of a backup or 2 of these because I go through them very quickly, and I really liked this one. The Got to Be range from Schwarzkopf was like on offer, so you like each of the things, the hair things were like €4 each, and then if you bought 2 things it was €7. So I got that, and then I also got I got one of these, which is the Texturizing Powder. I've had this before. I'm using one of these at the moment, but I always like to have a backup of these as well, one of these as well, because the powder is like really lightweight, so I always find it really difficult to tell when I'm about to run out. So I just decided to get another one because I know I'm going to use it. And then the 2 sort of more exciting things that weren't kind of repurchases were these 2 things. And this is the Charles Worthington Moisture Leave-In Conditioner, Moisture Seal Hair Healer Leave-In Conditioner. Okay, stupid name, really convoluted. But I got this on the recommendation of Amelia Liana. I've been watching her videos, and she was saying how this reminded her of the Cement Thermique. I think she was saying Cement Thermique, or one of those kind of Kerastase leave-in treatments. I've been finding recently that I'm on my 2nd bottle of the L'Oreal, what is it? What's it called? Extraordinary Oil. But I feel like they changed the formula slightly, and I looked on the back of the bottle, and some of the ingredients, like the order was switched around, so I just don't feel like it does as much for my hair. I don't feel it's like as nourishing or moisturising or whatever, so I decided to get this. And I've used this and I absolutely love it. I've used it twice, and basically what I do is I've washed my hair, I get out of the shower, I towel dry it, I put some of the oil in it just to use it up, the L'Oreal oil, and then I put this through mainly through like the lengths and the ends of my hair, but I do put it kind of through not so much through the roots, but kind of up near the top of my hair, and it just like it basically does for what a leave-in conditioner does, but I find a lot of leave-in conditioners make my hair just go really flat, and this doesn't. So it just means that like it makes my hair easier to style and brush, but it doesn't kind of get rid of any of the natural volume I might have because my hair is pretty flat. And then the last thing I got from Boots was this, and this is the, what is it? It's the Maybelline lipstick in Sultry Sand. So they came out with like a new nudes collection kind of thing. Okay, so this is the lipstick. And it's basically a really sort of pale like beigey pink nude. It reminds me a lot of Creme de Nude, I guess, and it reminds me a lot of Creme de Nude in colour and in texture. I don't have Creme de Nude to hand. I would do swatches, but yeah, I'm not really. I'll do a swatch on my other hand. Okay, so I tried to do a swatch on my hand, and you can see it kind of there. Can you see it? Just there? See it? No, you can't really because it's blended on my skin. But so I swatched it on my arm, just there. And you can see it's like it's a very kind of pale, like beigey, pinky nude, like a cool tone beigey pink nude kind of thing. So it's very pale. It's nice. I like it. It's got a really creamy texture. It's kind of like, it's got a nice kind of sheen to it. See that going on? It's got a nice sheen to it, and it kind of reminds me of the cream sheen formula from MAC. Like it's a very similar colour to Creme de Nude, because I feel like Creme de Nude is kind of almost like more of a pinky beige nude, as opposed to say Myth, which is kind of a little bit orangey. And also it's sort of semi-sheer. It's not like super opaque, and I feel like even for me, I'm extremely pale and have really dark lips, this still looks a little bit like I would never wear this without eye makeup, because I've tried it on without eye makeup and it just makes me look like I've like just died or something. So yeah, there's not really much more to say about it. It's nice. I liked it. I like it. I'm sure I'll get a lot of use out of the packaging of the Maybelline lipsticks. I think it's just really like, I think it looks really luxe. I think it looks far more expensive. One thing that really irritates me about these, let me just zoom in. God, this takes forever to zoom in. Okay, so here we have the lipstick, and I'm not sure if this is going to focus, but the problem I have with these Maybelline lipsticks is, like, you know, like the packaging's great, they look great, you know, whatever, they've got a really nice formula, they've got a fairly nice range of colours, especially with some of the brights they brought out in the summer. But I've actually, there's one lipstick I have, I think it's called like Coral Tonic, and I've gone through 3 of the same one. Like, I've had to return it twice, and the reason, oh no, I lost it once and then I had to return another one, because they're so creamy and the formulation is really nice. But I don't know if it's gonna, if you can see it there, you can't really, it's one of those lipsticks, is it on this side that it is, or is it, yeah, see right there, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or if it's going to focus, but basically it's such a kind of a creamy melty lipstick that what it does is it kind of like, when you rub it across your lips, when you rub it across your lips, it sort of like, I'll zoom out again. When you rub it across your lips, it basically like moves around in the tube, and the lipstick, the actual like lipstick itself kind of like bends and like bangs into the side of the casing, and it just ends up with these really ugly lines and dents, and eventually just starts melting and kind of like falling apart. So that's the one thing I don't like about these. Like, I know they have a really nice formulation, but I just have a real problem with that, and I hate that with lipsticks. I think you should be able to use a lipstick without it doing that. Like, Gosh Darling is one of my favourite lipsticks, and it's really like, it's a really creamy formula, and I've gone through a million of them, and that's like never happened. So I don't know if that's a problem anyone else has. I never really hear anyone talking about it, but it's one I definitely have. So it's kind of a pet hate of mine. Okay, so I'll get the Superdrug stuff that I got, and I will see you in a second. I went to Superdrug, and this is what I got. We don't really, Superdrug in Ireland isn't, it's kind of hard to come by. I think there's one in Wexford, there's one in Sultry in Dublin, and then there's one in Tala. I'm not sure if there's one anywhere else. There might be one in like Blanchardstown or somewhere like that. Yeah, I never really get a chance to go to Superdrug, so it was kind of out that way. I was near Superdrug, and I decided to take advantage of the opportunity and just kind of have a look around and check some things out. One of the main brands I really wanted to check out was MUA. I'll show you what I got from MUA anyway. I got a lipstick and I got the BB cream. So first up, I'll talk about the lipstick. This one is number, what is it? It is number 15. It's not really focusing, is it? Well, it's number 15 and it's called Juicy. So I think this was like around $1.95 or something like that. It might even have been slightly less, but very cheap. They have like the matte range, they have the regular ones, and then they have some other ones, and then they have some crayons which are kind of more expensive. So this is one of those lipsticks, like you open it up and there's like a regular lipstick, and then you can screw off the bottom, and it's like, it's not, I mean, I've swatched it against the lipstick and it's not as pigmented at all, but it's nice, it's okay. It's kind of like almost like a more balmy version of the lipstick. So I don't know if I'd ever use that. To be honest, like I can only really fit like my pinky finger in there. You'd kind of have to like use a lip brush or something like that. So I'll screw that back on. I decided to get this one. There's a very similar shade in the matte range, and the matte ones they come in the same packaging except it's white instead of black plastic. So, but I decided to get this one because I felt like the formulation was just a little bit nicer. So here we have the lipstick, and this is really bad light for... This it's kind of, actually it's sort of showing up to true to life. It's a little bit more, you can see where I've actually used it. It looks slightly different, looks slightly lighter and slightly pinker than the bullet that, you know, it's like the wax coating on the bullet, so it kind of looks slightly different sometimes. So it's a fairly accurate representation of what it looks like. It's a nice colour. It's a really nice kind of like light peachy pink colour, and I got it because I liked the fact that there was a lot of like, I suppose, white in it. It looks like a really fun coral, peachy pink coral colour. And there's a lot of white in it, and the formula of this reminds me of like the Rouge Volupté by YSL. Because it's like really, it's a really creamy formulation. There's a lot of pigment in it. Like a lot of pigment. It's really pigmented, but it's not like that waxy formula. It's probably not going to last a long time on your lips. And I think I was watching a video by Rachel from Makeup Never Sleeps, and it was one of her really old videos, and she's talking about how she learned to get on well with the Rouge Volupté, and how she like basically like dabbed them on her lip as opposed to just like rubbing them like straight from the, like she did it straight from the bullet. She like dabbed on as opposed to like kind of going like that. And I think that's pretty fair. I think she was like, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And I would kind of agree with her. Like, I do like to be able to, I think you can probably get away with like just swiping this colour on straight, but I think it probably looks better if you're just a little bit more careful. It's a really nice colour. It can look a bit like, strange. It can like sit in lip lines and stuff like that if you go too heavy, go in too hard and fast with it. So I'll swatch it and I'll ramble on about it a little bit more. It's kind of like, it's coming up on camera as a little bit more salmon-y than it is, but it's got a little bit like, just pretend that it's got like a little bit more pink in it, because that's the way, oh Christ. So I thought it'd be a fun colour. I have the blush in Cream Soda by MAC, and I thought this would be like a really nice colour to go with it on the lips in the summer, because I thought it was kind of like a similar colour. And I never really wear that blush because I never know what lipstick to wear with it. So I always like to have like lipstick and blush that's sort of like, not necessarily matching, but kind of like similar, like in like kind of a similar tone family. So I got the BB cream as well, and this is in the shade, can't even see, light, shade 1. Yeah, I'd heard a lot of good things about this. I'd heard when it came out, like when the whole BB cream stupid craze hit, a lot of people were talking about this one, and in particular like a lot of people who are really pale, and I am really pale. I can't get a lot of foundations. It's kind of like texture and coverage and finish and everything like that is usually secondary. I usually just have to go with the foundations that are the right shade. It's gotten a bit better, I think, over the last few years, but I was really surprised that this colour was a good match, considering that it's so cheap, and I think it was around €3.50 or something. Might have been slightly more or slightly less. Yeah, so basically I guess it's supposed to be like it says it primes, smooths and conceals. I kind of think that's a little bit bullshitty. It's like almost like a gel-like light foundation. It reminds me a lot of the Clinique CC cream, which I have and I really like, but this I feel just feels like a little bit heavier on the skin, but it gives that sort of similar sort of wax-like, really dewy kind of finish. So I liked it. I got this basically as an alternative to my Gosh BB cream, which I recently repurchased, which I probably have to show in a haul. I got another one because I'm almost finished with the first bottle that I have, and I just really like that. It's really light, like that. Like, the thing about BB creams, I know that they are a thing in, like, on the Asian market, and, you know, a lot of them have, like, what is it, like, they have whitening properties, and a lot of them have like high SPF and skincare benefits and things like that. I feel like the Western version, they're just tinted moisturizers, and you know, companies are just trying to cash in on the BB cream or CC cream or whatever the hell cream phase, just kind of make a bit of money, whereas like they're just skin products like anything else. I think it's good that they've come onto the high street, because I feel like before that a tinted moisturiser is a really hard thing to come by on the high street. A nice kind of base product that was on the lighter side of medium. It was really hard to come across something like that was affordable. So I think it's good in that sense for the consumer, but I think it's just a load of bullshit, and I don't think it matters what name you stick on something, whether you call like a light foundation a tinted moisturiser or a light coverage foundation. I don't think it matters. And there'll always be variations in texture and finish depending on, you know, what type of foundation it is or what the manufacturer wanted to do with it, or, you know, produce or whatever. So this, it reminds me a lot of the Clinique CC cream. It's kind of a thicker texture. I think some people would kind of feel that it's a little bit sticky almost, but it's a really nice product. It goes on really well. And it's really, 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 really affordable. I haven't worn it for long enough to tell you if I really, really, really like it, but I think for the price, it's something that it's worth trying out if they have a shade for you. The downside is I think they only have about 4 shades, and most of them are, I think if you're anything past like medium tan, I think you're probably going to have a hard time. I think if you're, I mean, I didn't really check out the darker shades because I'm not darker, I'm really, really, really pale, but they don't, like, if you're a woman of colour or anything like that, you're shit out of luck, which is crap and annoying, but that's, I guess, just the way it is. And it's usually like that for really pale people too, but I think it's just gotten a little bit easier. The next thing I got, I didn't expect to get. It was a toss-up between this thing. What the hell is this, you might ask? I'll tell you in a minute. The other thing I was going to get was the Revlon, I think they call it a crease brush or a blending brush. It's basically like a more tapered version of the 224. It's like the 226 from MAC. And I remember back in the day of Lollipop 26 when the 226 I think was released for the second time, and I managed to get my hands on it. I think it was like around the time of like the second Starflash collection. And you know, creeps like me, we remember that sort of stuff. Back in the day, back then, a lot of people were going crazy about this brush, and I haven't heard a lot about it since. I think it's been like repackaged. It has like a short ferrule now. It used to have a longer one, but I think it was around $4.50, and I'm not sure if it's that price normally or if it was half price, because I know a lot of things are reduced in Superdrug. They had a lot of deals on, so I'm not sure if that's the price normally, but it's definitely cheaper than, like, I think it might actually be that price normally, but I decided not to get it because I have a very similar brush from Trish McAvoy that I just never use, and I was like, I was going to use this for concealer. Like, first of all, I was like, oh, it's a great crease brush, and then I realised I don't use crease brushes because I'm generally just that type of person. I just put one colour all over my lid and I'm just sort of done with it, so that was it. Anyway, I decided to get this. It's from a brand called Fudge, and this is called Messy Stuff Blow Dry cream for natural messy hair. I got it because it was half price, and because I've been looking for other hair products. I've been using a mousse to give me a bit of volume, and I've just kind of been trying out these sorts of creams and like experimenting with kind of hair products in the last year. You open it, it's a really cool box actually. It's a box and then this is sealed over and it's just a white cream. I haven't tried this out yet, mainly because I wanted to film this and I figured if I took that seal off it would probably just go everywhere. I'll keep you updated with this. I might do like a hair video soon, because I don't know, in the last year I've gotten more into hair and I've kind of figured out a little bit more what works for my hair. So I might do that. I might not, you never know. But yeah, so I got this. I can't really tell you much about it, but it was around $4 something. And they have other things, like they have like waxes and pomades and that sort of stuff in this packaging. It was really cool. And the last thing I got was this Vitamin E hot cloth cleanser. I got this because I'd heard a lot of people talk about it. A lot of British bloggers talk about it and say that it was just really good. And I basically got it because I have a lot of cleansers, but I don't have just a standard form cream cleanser at the moment. I have like the MAC Cleanse Off Oil. I have the Melting Gel Cleanser from No. 7, which is basically like a gel oil. So I didn't have anything that was like just bog standard. The closest thing I had was the Peaches and Clean by, God, I just can't shut up, can I? I have to like, I feel like because I haven't done one of these in a while, I just feel like I have to tell you everything about everything I'm talking about. But I have the Peaches and Clean by Soap and Glory, which is a cream cleanser, but it's got AHAs in it. So for the days I don't want that, and I don't want like photosensitivity if I'm using it in the morning or anything, I just got this, and it was $6.15 or $20 or $50 or something like that. It wasn't It was kind of on the cheaper side of €6, and it comes in a box like this, and you get this very nice nice flannel, which is like, it's a softer kind of flannel. You also get this, which is the stuff itself, and you get 200ml. It comes in just like a nice squeeze tube like that. I don't know, like, I'll see. I haven't actually used this yet, and I'll see how I like it. I know a lot of other people really like it, so if I do like it, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how I feel about it, and I might do a skincare video too. I'm making all these promises I probably won't keep, but and I'll see you soon. Bye.